I think first and foremost that we can play a complete game, that we can bring a championship level defense to the table on Friday night. I think had been some weeks in the making, truthfully, heading back probably as much as 6-7 weeks. So to see the outcome on the scoreboard like that was gratifying, especially for those kids on the defense side of the ball, defensive staff. It was a beautiful thing to watch, all cylinders clicking. Hopefully you don't want to peak at regional, so hopefully we've got a even better game in store for tomorrow night.
You mentioned the defense. Last week, Mishawaka Marion was predominantly a run team. This week, West Lafayette throws the football even more than you guys throw the football. So how does the defense make the transition, and what's the key to guarding a tough passing game this week as opposed to a running game that you saw last week?
I think regardless of how many times a team puts in the area, first and foremost, especially this time of year with this weather, currently ice on the ground, and when it melts, it'll become probably a bit of a slosh. You got to defend the run. If you force the team into being one-dimensional, your chances are much greater at winning. So they got a great back. I know he's broken school records. He's been a varsity player, big tough kid for 3 years. So that's going to be a tall task. We can force him into being one-dimensional with a better shot, and then I think this secondary it's been young. I mean, we've got one senior in the secondary. They've really been progressing each and every week. As I said, that's going back as much as 6-7 weeks. You've seen it on tape, you've seen it in person. So we feel like they've been playing their best ball, and so long as they stay true to their reads and their assignments, we should be in good shape.
Conventional wisdom says it's hard to throw in this weather, and it's hard to throw in November, and it's hard to throw in the playoffs. You guys have kind of bucked that trend. I mean, last week you guys just threw all over Mishawaka Marion. What's the key to continuing that, and what's the key to keeping this passing game? I know Presley had the touchdowns, but it seemed like Nate Moore was making plays, Justin Gasson was making plays. I mean, the air attack for the conditions was pretty on point.
Well, when you can run the ball, and we ran the ball pretty successfully that first half. Jordan had, I think, 16 carries at halftime, and well, he had everything by halftime. Every yard he had, every touch he had was by halftime. But I thought we had a good game plan to make sure he had the ball in his hands, whether it was via the passing game or the running game. Balance is important, and I know West Lafayette feels the same way. That's why they have such a dynamic offense, because they can be balanced. When things are working in the run game, it opens things up out wide on the perimeter. When a team has to guard the entire field from sideline to sideline and vertically, it makes that side of the ball awfully difficult.
When you take a look at the tradition of Bishop Luers, 15 semi-state titles, that's the most in state history, but you'd be looking for your first one in 3A. The guys kind of mentioned it. They want to be the first team to go to Lucas Oil Stadium in 3A for this storied program. What would that mean to you, a guy who's a Bishop Luers alum and has been around this football program for a long time?
I mean, it obviously mean quite a bit. I'm just proud of the effort the kids have put forth this year, and living up to the championship expectations that they put on themselves, that we as coaches have, and that the community has. It's no secret every year you feel at the end of the year, if you're not down in Indianapolis on Thanksgiving weekend, you fell short of not just your goals but your expectations. So there's always disappointment. We can't look ahead. Obviously, we got a tough opponent, as tough as we've seen this year, and before we can really get excited about thinking about what we're doing next weekend, we got to take care of business tomorrow. That's a tall task.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
I think I'm good.
All right. Appreciate it.
You bet.